Just decided to get on a little bit while I'm waiting because I got some time. I'll be waiting here for a little while. If you're open to receiving this healing today, just say, I accept. good day. Thank you for the likes to those who liked the video. I appreciate it. It's so funny. Doesn't even make any sense. If you're wondering, all the noise, I'm currently at a train station waiting for my train. Quality viewers over quantity. If you do not accept a video, just do not accept it. It's all intention based. It is your own free will. If you believe this is witchcraft, then simply exit the video. I'm sorry to hear that for you. Okay. Have a nice day. Thank you. I understand that my energy is not for everyone. And I respect the choices and opinions of all others. I'm not here to argue with anyone in their beliefs. I'm only here to heal those who are willing to be healed, who are willing to heal themselves. It is Reiki. Yes, I'm feeling all the wonderful projections. It's quite funny. I'm just seeing all the just flowing. Just let them pass by. It is almost like it's like if a little kid came up to you and told me that my shirt was red, but I know my shirt is blue, so why should I care what they say? I will have to value their opinion first. Because all I know, they're just words behind the screen. And energy behind the words. To those who can hear, let them hear. To those who can see, let them see. It's one of the lessons I'm learning. I don't have to prove nothing to anybody. Well, some people, they just don't like light. They don't like change. You know, it's a form of like, it's a test. Many spiritual attacks is trying to get me to lose confidence in myself and stuff like that. It's so funny. That is something I can agree on. Jesus is light, and I am light. We are all light. The first rule is to release any type of separation, because that will contradict any type of love that you try to put out. If you have separation in your heart, then you completely negate everything else you did. You cannot be loving and then have separation or hatred towards another person in your heart. It's completely contradictory. We are all aspects of God because there is only one being. Every atom that exists is God, and we are made from God. We are his different perspective. God split himself into an infinite amount of perspectives, infinite amount of sparks, which is us. We are the sparks, we are the eyes. And God looks through us. He experiences himself through us. So in a way, you can say, yes, we are part of God. The sun is beautiful today. Thank you for having an open heart and understanding. I understand right now in this time how the energies is rising and there's a lot of veils lifting, confusion, how everything's opposite, and how the belief systems and programs in the mental states of a lot of people where they perceive the light as dark and the dark as light, but the truth will come out. Must release all hatred and resentment from our hearts. Our hearts must be light as a feather, and what weighs them down is having separation, envy, hatred, lust, greed, apathy, wishing ill on others, forcing your belief system on others is against another person's free will. Unconditional love means you love someone no matter what their belief is. A person can literally be Satanist, and you cannot have no hatred towards them, no resentment, because that will not be unconditional love. You must respect everybody's belief systems equally. Because if you want anyone to respect you, your belief system, you must respect others' belief systems, or you'll find no one will respect your belief system. Because if you can't respect your own self, then no one else will respect you. Even earlier, I kind of purposely picked up my crystal skull because it really shows people belief systems. Like even right now, if I put this up, if I show my crystal skull, it's going to reveal to me the belief systems that people have. Do they have fear in their heart? So right now, the first thing that goes in people's mind is witchcraft, evil. And that's their belief system, just because it's seen a skull. But how is a skull evil? A skull is something that God created. The skull is the vessel that was in our own head. We have a skull. It's the foundation for our own body. So I don't understand how a skull could be evil if it's God's creation. And we just created a skull. Like, yes. Fear and doubt destroy what you build. You must release all fear and all doubt. Change your perspective on what it is. What I see when I see the skull, I see the beautiful element, the crystal that is also made from God, and the craftsmanship of the person who was passionate enough to create a work of art based on the art from the infinite creator. And the skull allows me to connect deeper with the infinite creator through meditation. A lot of people have the belief system and they have a fear because they was told that God will punish them. And the church installed in them, if they try to learn for themselves or take their power to themselves, then they would be punished. But there's no punishment. God does not punish his creations because he's unconditional loving. And that means it doesn't matter what we do, he's still going to love us unconditionally. The only ones who punish is ourselves. We literally punish ourselves. God allows it because it's unconditional love when we have free will. If he were to intervene, then that would be going against our own free will. People need to understand that God does not think like a human because he's not a human. God does not have a body. He doesn't have a form. He is literally all that is. Every last thing that you can think of. Starting to feel the emotions aside now that we have a little bit better understanding. Thank you for understanding. I know sometimes I come off when people first see me, when they don't understand what I'm about. Like if I'm walking in public and I would have my skull, but I already know I have to forgive already because I know people, they don't understand how powerful their thoughts are. They think they're thinking to themselves, but when they're looking at someone and you have a thought, if you have a negative thought, like a hatred or judgmental thought, and you're looking at a person, just right there you casted black magic. Because black magic is when you visualize somebody and think something negative about them. Then that is black magic. That is casting a spell. When you cast judgment on someone, or you talk breath, and then you're thinking about someone, that is casting black magic on somebody. So do I go live often? Recently, I'm just getting back into going live. I was currently on vacation, but this is my last day on vacation, and before I go back into like my matrix type of job. But slowly, I'm gonna start integrating. It's gonna be more in the morning. I'm gonna try to get more in the morning because my job, I work in nights, so I'm gonna try to focus probably in the morning or the afternoon. I'm gonna try to get those on morning, afternoons, if possible. I do not have a direct timing. Is it just an association with Halloween skull? I have a human-sized Halloween skull, which is one of them. Thank you for. So, the Halloween was based off the last days of Lemuria and Atlantis. If you look up Cryon or Bashar when it comes to All Hallows Eve, the reason why it's called Halloween is actually a memorial day for the day. It's the day when Atlantis went underwater, when the whole entire continent sunk underwater. Um, that's why they call it Halloween. But you know how the the true meaning of things always get changed. So when it was supposed to be a day of remembrance, they changed it completely and made it a day. Oh, it's supposed to be a day where you scare people and get trick or treat. No, the day was supposed to be a day of remembrance of that that event where a whole entire continent went underwater, and now that the where it's located is called the Atlantic Ocean because Atlantis is literally underneath of the Atlantic Ocean. Because Atlantis wasn't just one city; it was like part of a city, and like it was like a city or a civilization within Lemuria, and the whole entire thing sunk because back then people don't understand that our civilization restarted 2 times already, and this is the third time it restarted. Like we already had nuclear war and all that other stuff already in the past, and we literally launched ourselves into the Stone Age and had to restart again. And this is the third time that we have restarted. Sometimes you may have dreams. Sometimes you have dreams of that time. Like I remember I had a dream I was working in some type of building or factory, and I remember just seeing all the water just coming in and just washing everything away in that dream. You start to get memories of what your life was like back then. And you realize like history is not as it seemed because the people who's in control of the government and stuff, they want us to think that we came from monkeys and stuff, and that we are not intelligent beings and we have no intelligent beings. It is crazy that this is completely off topic. I can see the guy already up in the building, but I can see him swipe his energy away, and I see it coming towards me, and I go, boop, smack it out of the way. Well, I know that all the elites, all the presidents already know about the extraterrestrials. They're already been contacted. That's why there's no nuclear war because the ETs will not allow it. Because a nuclear bomb doesn't just destroy this dimension. The nuclear bomb it disrupts multi dimensions. It destroys other. It bleeds into other dimensions and causes devastation in other dimensions and other timelines. It's literally extremely destructive, and it causes imbalances inside the whole entire universe. So that's why the whole entire planet. That's why the ETs all like had to intervene and start deactivating the nuclear bombs. They will not interfere with the wars, but they will not allow us to use nuclear weapons because of how dangerous and devastating they are to the whole like galaxy. Because when a shockwave goes that big, a nuclear that destroys atoms, it radiates infinitely throughout the universe. So everybody in the universe feel it. Soon, 3 a.m. and we'll watch later to the end. Bless you. Good travels. Thank you. It's currently over here 7:39. I had fun over here in Arkansas, but now it's time for me to go back. A lot of learning experiences. The Cryon event wasn't too bad. Definitely learned some hard truths, some hard pills to swallow, but also great learning experience. For me, it's like 24/7 out of the day is non-stop learning. Every interaction, I have to learn how to maintain myself because you really and I'm not gonna lie, like this road is definitely a road where you walk alone. You're not really alone. You gotta remember that that is like a big test because sometimes the test is you literally feel disconnected. Like when I was in my apartment, not apartment, but inside the Airbnb. Thank you. When I was in the Airbnb, um, this happened today. So the owner was living in the same Airbnb. If I would have knew that, I wouldn't got the Airbnb, but it was already too late. But it's like I already knew that this person was projecting onto me like hardcore. Like they were trying to shut down my heart chakra, my crown chakra, my root chakra. And I was like, bruh. It's like, because I can literally feel them in moving around trying to be quiet. It's like, I'm like, does this person know that I can feel you through the walls? Like I can tell where you are in the house, and I can feel the negative stream of energy. So like I was sleeping, and then out of nowhere, this like extreme rush of like anxiety, fear, and like extreme hatred. This like boom, this like hit me, and I was in between dream state, and I felt like something was like trying to attach itself to my energetic system. And I remember like asking Archangel Michael while I was in the dream, like I was talking. It was almost like I was speed talking. Like I literally forced myself to speak because I was like frozen. I just spoke. I just uttered Archangel Michael. And so I did that. I just woke up, and then I felt like my crown chakra was being blocked. So then I was like, I started doing my processes, started clearing, started asking Archangel Michael for his sword of light, started using the violet flame, started transmuting, and start forgiving the person for projecting all that hatred, and forgiving him for trying to get sacral chakra energy. Yeah, well, I still managed to relax because I know that they know. There's certain beings whose whole purpose is to try to stop us, but as long as we stay in the vibration of love and know that light prevails over any type of darkness, they can't do nothing. Because what happens is, it's like imagine like someone's trying to make themselves big. Like the person grabbed their energetic field and trying to make themselves big, like rah, 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 and try to scare you. But if you literally just don't do nothing, just look at them like, and then you just see them deflate, just deflate. And I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. The light always wins. And then immediately my abilities start to increase. Like it's like layers. So at first I could only perceive so far, and then he pushed me in, and then I overcame it, and then my abilities went even further out. So that's what happens. Like imagine this is your energetic field, and then you expand a little bit, and then the darkness come and try to squeeze you, and then you you don't you don't give up, you don't doubt, and then the darkness literally they lose their power and you gain it. So anything they took from you in that time, they end up losing their abilities, and your abilities get bigger and you grow, because they're literally gambling with their gifts, and they will lose their gifts if they keep trying. This is bad. You can feel the surrounding area of energies, good or bad. Well, it all depends what you tune in. It's what your attentions is, what you're thinking about. Wherever you're thinking about the most is what you attract. So you can literally switch what you're feeling. Like, you can become invisible in an area where a whole bunch of people hates you. Like, and I'm gonna lie, like, even when I was at the crying event, I knew that there was going to be people undercover who tried to bring you down, or try to make you not understand the lesson. They're everywhere. Like, whenever there's like a teaching, you got to be aware of like just be aware of all the people, because there's some people who be in the events talking like they're spiritual, acting like they're spiritual, smiling, saying the namaste and all the other stuff. But the second you turn your back, you can literally feel them like throwing the hatred. Like, the second I turn my head around, then I feel right into my psychic sense. Hatred, anger, jealousy, resentment. And I turn around to smiling. So your vibration expand and get stronger. Yes. So like, it's like the universe will test you. And what I mean like a test is, one day, like, you might get like extreme bliss, like you're able to feel everything, sense everything, and then it goes away for a sec. It calms down. It's almost like it shows you, okay, this is the next benchmark that you can get. Now, the next test is building yourself up and sustaining that state of being. Because sometimes I have a state of being where my awareness literally just expands so much that I can feel like the life force of the plants, like the streams from my legs, the streams from my eyes, my hands, my fingers. I can move my hands to the trees and feel everything. Did the Archangel Michael help to shrug off the bad control energy? Yes. Archangel Michael is a warrior angel in the blue ray. And it's really funny to see how the dark energies try to mess with Archangel Michael. They don't stand a chance. They don't stand a single chance against Archangel Michael or Gabriel. Their energy presence, they can feel your aura, and they surround your aura. Being the warrior of light. Whenever you're feeling confusion in your mind, like, imagine you're walking one day, and then you're trying to remember something, but then you just can't remember. Like, you have something very important, and you be like, Archangel Michael, I ask for your sword of light to cut away any veils that have been placed on my consciousness that's trying to elude me from the truth. And then you might feel like a presence leave, and then immediately you can ask my Archangel Michael, or you can ask your spiritual masters. I ask for clarity in my mind. I ask your source creator to illuminate my mind with the light, and then you can feel inside your mind clarity. Right now, I said I need to clear my energy. How much battery do I got? Okay, 86, not bad. For some reason, at this bus stop, they don't have any outlets. practicing being more expansive. Because I'm not gonna lie, I definitely hide a lot of my true self. Because a lot of times I'd be really serious. Because even though I need to start releasing programmings that I have in myself, where I kind of tuck away my divine feminine aspect of myself, and I usually show most of my divine masculine. So I usually try to make everything more serious. I would say the divine masculine energy is more direct, it's more electric, and divine feminine is more flow. She flows. Divine masculine, he's direct, he is lines. Divine feminine, creative flow. Masculine puts into action, and feminine creates. It's about to get pretty loud out here. I'm just saying. Brace your ears. That was exciting. It had like 8 or 9 freight trains connected to it. It was booking it. So, what was the question? It said, how's it going today? Well, yes, so today, start off. From my old perspective, I would have thought it would have been a bad day. But I knew that not to buy into that vibration. Certain times of the day, it gets really dense. So 6 a.m., no, it's like 5 a.m. to like 7 a.m. It's like the energies are hardcore. Then it calms down, then it goes into a bliss. And then it goes back again. It gets a little bit tough around 12. No, like it gets pretty tough around 2 o'clock to like 4 o'clock. Then it calms down at 6, and then it picks back up again. What I mean, like pick up, it's like I become invisible to everybody, and then at certain parts of the day, it's like everybody at the same time start. It's like they notice me. It's like they notice. It's the light. It's the energy starts squeezing everybody. So like when the portal opens up, and then fifth dimensional energy start pouring in. So then all these symptoms start coming up, like pressure, headaches, spasms all over the body, and all the dark energy start coming up to the surface. And instead of transmuting it, what most people do when they feel it, they see me walking around. He's like, oh, they can sense my energy. They be like, oh, well, that person has good energy. Let me just, instead of transmuting my energy, let me just grab a little piece of my energy, and when he's not looking, I throw it at him. And that's what they do. They'll grab a piece of their energy off one of their chakras. So like if they have like really bad emotion in their heart, they'll grab it out, and then they'll wait until I walk by, and then try to swipe it. Because just how I can do Reiki, just how I project this high vibrational energy, people can do the same thing with their hands. Just any emotion you're thinking comes out of your hand. So you can literally throw your emotion or throw energy out, and it can affect someone. So what they do is they walk, and then they walk, and they just smile, and then what they do is they'll either it's like really funny. I'm about to expose them. So they do this when someone be like, "Oh, hey, look over there," and you turn your head around like this, and the second you turn your head around, they with their other hand, they they do this, and they throw the cord right into you, the energy cord, and then you look back and it's like, oh yeah, and then you walk away, and you start to feel like, I don't feel so good. Like, what's happening? Well, you didn't know the person just did a sleight of hand, a magic trick, where they got you to move your attention, and then they did a sleight of hand on you, energetically, energetic magic trick, where they got you to turn your head, and they pass their energy to you. So what I do is, I know a lot of people, they be looking at me weird when I do this. When someone be trying to explain something to me, and they be moving their hands every thousand different directions, trying to get my awareness. They want my awareness to follow their hands, because if I start following where their hands are looking, then they're in control of my consciousness, and then they can, as I'm looking this way, they can be trying to readjust my energetic field. But if I'm looking dead center in their eyes the whole entire time they talk, they can't do that. Any sleight of hand magic trick they try to do won't work. So they can be doing this, and doing this, and it's like, oh, this part goes to this machine, and this will work over here. Like I'm just looking dead straight into their eyes. Any illusions that they're trying to cast immediately fail, because my conscious awareness is at them, not what they're pointing at, not what they're trying to get me to look at. I'm looking dead center at them, into their eyes, into their soul, looking at them. Because I get tired of the tricks, the so-called magic tricks that they be trying to play. They be trying. Okay. Oops. Oh shoot, my comment wasn't loading. Okay, what it says. Okay. They drain the energy. They're one of the most spiritual. Thank you. I appreciate it. I see a lot of people don't talk about what I'm talking about. Like, at first, I thought everybody knew what I was seeing, but I guess not a lot of people know. Like, use this what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. Um, like, I'm really, it's like I'm debating if I want to say this or not because I really don't want to cause fear in anyone when I say this. So when I say this, just use it as a tool of discernment. Just because people doing this action does not mean they're able to take your energy. So some people, so this is how I'll explain it. We get energy from the ground. Our feet, both of our feet, is supposed to be placed on the ground. Okay, wait. You had yeah. is another way how I determine what they're about. Actually, I'm sensing with third eye. So, I like my Archangel Michael asked for clarity. Asked for this cord to be removed so I can speak this truth, this information that I'm going to say. Yes, well, right now we're just using the tool of discernment so we be able to go into public because I'm now entering the part of my life where I cannot stay behind forever. I'm gonna have to eventually have to interact with people. So like if I'm gonna interact with people, I'm gonna be bold with it. That's how I'm gonna be like because I'm just tired of hiding my true self. Like I'm tired of like if I want to sing out loud or say something or dance, like if I want to dance and then I feel all this resistance like trying to make me be stiff, like I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. So here's a tool of discernment that I use sometimes, but don't place judgment on others when you see this. So I see some people who's ungrounded and they don't know that you can pull energy from the ground. So in both of the bottom of your feet, there's energy going up and there's energy going out. And I realize so energy most energy goes up, enters in from the left foot, and most energy gets projected out back into the earth with the right foot. And so a lot of times when I go sit down next to somebody, the person will grab their leg and then point it completely. They go like this and they put their leg sideways right next to me. And at first I didn't understand what was happening. And I was like, so what happened is then that is just the prep. So then they try to get you into a fear vibration. So then they'll start to emanate their low vibration or their fear onto you. And as they project the fear onto you, if you lower your vibration, then what they do, since this is the foot, the left foot, is the foot that absorbs energy. Just like right now, I'm feeling like these people, person came over here and the person came over here. Feel that. Okay, give me one sec. My Archangel Michael asks you to surround me with your blue ray, your blue cloak of light, and transmute this fear energy out of my heart. I'm going to say this. No one's going to stop me. Over a whole year and a half. Okay, so you see people that take their foot and they'll point it at the other person. And then what they do, they'll project the emotion on the other person. And if the other person decides to lower their vibration, then they can start pulling the other person's energy from them through their foot. So you usually see people in interviews, they'll take their foot and they'll point it towards the person they're talking to. And then they'll move their foot. Just how I can pull energy like this, like that. They pull it with the bottom of their foot. And then they pull the energy right out of the person covertly. And to a normal person, they just look like, oh, they just got their foot just turned like this. It doesn't mean anything. But energetically, they're pulling that person's energy because the other person lowered their vibration. But if you notice, if you keep yourself a high vibration and they try to do that with their foot, they'll immediately put their foot down because they know they can't pull high vibrational energy into them. If your vibration's up high and they try to do that, it won't work. Or they'll try to put their foot right here. And just like so I noticed that the guys usually use their left foot and they put their foot like this. For guys or girls, it doesn't matter. And the other foot is like to project the emotion. So they take the right foot and then they project their emotions onto others. So usually it's like right foot to project what they're feeling. It's usually like over sexualized energies like the sacral chakra. And then they'll use the other leg and try to pull. Or it could be either or. Both multi-purpose. They're very multi-purpose. Using it wrong, like all you really have to do is just pull the energy out of the earth. You don't have to take energy from others. But I guess they didn't think of that. But no, there's nothing to judge because we all come from that at some point. We just gotta deprogram ourselves from that. Because even when I was unconscious, when I was in the unconscious state, we all did it. That's why I say you can't place any judgment. Just how I see people, they be pulling energy, like you might see someone, they be talking to you and they be licking their lips, or they be like licking, or like and they be like pulling the energy out of you because they're looking at your chakra and then they're licking the energy, like pulling the energy out of you. I'm like but we all did it, and even I was doing it unconsciously, and I realized that I was doing it, and I was like, oh shit! You gotta realize that you're doing it first to understand it and to see it in others. You gotta see it in yourself first. So you see it in yourself, and you're like, oh shoot, I'm taking energy from that person. Well, let me stop that and get a new belief system or a new way, because there gotta be a different way than taking. Just forcibly taking. It has to be mutual energy exchange. It cannot be take. It has to be mutual. If it's not mutual, it doesn't matter. So you said all the negative comment. Okay, let me say. So just be who you are. All of the negative comments being ignored and then returned to sender. And Jesus is okay. Yes, 100%. Because that is why I'm being silent, because even when people put in the comment section, they post that comment or negative comment. A negative comment is a negative spell, and if I read it, if I accept it, then I give my power away. See, no one can take your power away unless you accept it and you believe what they're doing is true. So I realized, like, if you believe that your power, if you believe someone can take your power away just by pointing their foot at you, then your power can get drained. But if someone, because this is the positive aspect. Once you know, okay, someone can have their foot pointed at you, but if you believe firmly that they cannot take your power away, then nothing will happen. But the positive aspect is you're able to identify what type of person it is. Oh, that person is the person that is the type of person who tries to take energy. Okay, now I see what I have to do. One of the good witches I know gave me advice on my bad name. Oh yeah, I seen I seen that actually today. I seen a little kid do that. Now, as I watch it, people, I literally see people pass around the same negative energy to each other. So I see another person. Here's another person. They're walking, and the person, another guy, he sees a girl that he's trying to impress. So with his friend, he tells his friend, "Oh, look over there," and his friend look. Then I literally see him grab his solar plexus energy and put it on himself. Then I see him do this with his shirt. He going with his shirt. Then I see his energetic body expand, like his chest energetic, in imitation. He took the other guy's solar plexus energy, put it on himself, and then expanded his own chest. Then he walked past the girl, and then the girl looked at him, but I guess she judged him, and she took that energy from him. Then he got deflated. Then he looked mad and upset. So then he took that judgment energy and he passed it to someone else. And the other person, when it hit the other person started scratching their head and trying to get the energy off them. Then that person threw the energy to someone else. And then the person threw the energy to a little kid, and the little kid grabbed a stick and kicked it, and then it went back to the grown up. I was like, bro, I'm literally watching them play soccer with negative energy, and I'm just sitting here just watching because I separated myself from all the events. Like I made myself not a part of it, just the observer, and not judging it as bad or good, just watching it. So this become like a TV show. I see people passing the energy and then bouncing it back, and then I see someone throw the energy at me, and I go like, boom! I just smack it out of the way and then keep watching. So that's what we have. Your energy is so positive. Thank you for your service. Blessings. Thank you. It's so funny because if you see how kids deal with energy, if you pay attention to their actions, like you think they're just doing random dances or screaming and yelling out of nowhere, they're actually literally fighting it, like battling energy, like they're literally energy warriors. And that's why the grown-ups have, like, they get irritated because they can't they can't project darkness onto them because the kids light is so bright. Like they literally just smack any negativity away. They start dancing because they don't care about who's, they don't have the belief system to care about what other people think about them until you become adult. When you turn into an adult, when people try to make you adult, they try to make you part of like the system. Like you are now like a part of the system. But if you stay like a child, as Jesus said, you must be like a child to enter the kingdom of heaven. Then no negativity because you won't be like indoctrinated. It's a trip. I know what you're talking about. I'm so glad because I know other people have to see what I'm talking about. It's like this nobody's talking about it. It's like everybody know it, everybody's doing it, but no one's talking about it. And so when they see me and they see me not doing it, they be looking at me weird like, why is he not acting like all of us? This is supposed to be normal. It's so true. And sometimes they be channeling. Yes, so true. Like gossip, as I said when I was at my work, people make it egregore. Oops. See, just like that, I accidentally did that myself. Still need to break my own human habit. Because even right now, right there, I can accidentally like sometimes, even sometimes people project their energy onto you to make you consume the energies. So then, but then I'd be like, ugh, feel like, oh shoot, I just accidentally ate someone else's energy by accident, and I can literally feel my vibration drop. I'm like, bro, I need. It's like something that you don't even know that you're doing until someone pointed out, and then you know, oh shoot, that's what I'm doing. Okay, let me go back to what I was saying before. So that is how gossip works. So at my job, this happened a lot of times where a guy just quit the job and the supervisor comes and he's like, oh, that guy always sucked, didn't he? or they say, "Oh, that guy was pretty slow, wasn't he?" And then they look at you with a sly face. And what they're trying to do, they're trying to build an egregore. Just like I say, how black magic happened is if a whole bunch of people start thinking about the same person. This can even happen in prayer, because a lot of people think prayer in church, like when you're praying in church, they don't know they could be accidentally doing black magic on someone. Because if you pray, you're not supposed to, when you're praying for someone, you're not supposed to wish for them to change, to do something, because that would be going against their own free will. What you can do is, when you pray to provide them light, send them light to their guides so it'll be ready for them. Do not pray for something to change in their life, because that would be going against their free will, and that would be black magic. And basically, when a whole bunch of people is thinking about the same person, they start visualizing that one person, and then they all start interjecting what they don't like. They all start speaking negativity. Oh, this person was slow, or they start joking around like, oh, this person's weird, this person's crazy, stuff like that. And they don't know that they're building an egregore, and then they're sending it to the other person. That negative energy is getting sent to the other person. And then out of nowhere, you might see the person sneeze. They start sneezing because they start releasing the energy, because the energy start blocking their third eye. The negative energy start hitting their third eye, and they start sneezing because their body start to clear out that negative energy. That's why they say you sneeze when someone's talking about you, because the energy hits your third eye, your psychic center. It's almost like the negative energy is like a clog, and it clogs up the third eye. And since the third eye is connected to like this part of your face, it blocks your sinuses and you start sneezing. As above, so below. Um, I physically cringe because I can feel the negativity and the exact source of the root. What does it mean when a Reiki person have their hands still facing the screen? Does it not feel good when I see their hands? Wait a minute. What does it mean when a Reiki person have their hands still facing the screen? Well, it depends what the Reiki person is projecting. Whatever thoughts is coming out, whatever I'm thinking is what's coming out of my hands. Literally, whatever thought I'm having in my mind is what is being projected. So sometimes, if you're like really sensitive, if my hands are completely still, and I'm moving things around in my head, then you may feel something moving around. So like, um, if you pay attention really close, you may feel pressure build up right here. I'm gonna move all the energy and awareness to this side of the screen. So give me a second. You may feel it right here. Ah. Okay, I think it's now for me to start clearing the energies. As I was speaking earlier, there was a whole bunch of people came over here riding their bikes. They was riding their bikes in circles. Just over there riding bikes. Yeah. Let's clear the channels. Because I know I've been talking a lot and I've been expending a lot of energy. So now it's time for me to start rebuilding that energy. The more I speak, the more energy I use. That is why sometimes I need to conserve it. Get back into silence real quick. Take a break. Clearing the crown chakra. Hope I have enough light over here. Oh, 77. See you, spirit. Just gained this through trial and error. So I made this decision instead of thinking that I was crazy, because I almost went into like psychosis. Instead of thinking in that belief system, I started to like seek understanding of what I was experiencing. Just listening to a lot of Bashar, Cryon, and the Christ letters. The more you start listening to Bashar and Cryon and the more you start listening to channelers, the more your awareness start to expand, because you start to get embraced in their energy. So then you start to think how they think. Just like, it's so true. Who you hang around with is how you suddenly start to become like the person. You become like the people you hang around with. Bashar and Cryon of Magnetic Services. Oh, also a really good one is Sam the Illusionist, because he channels Archangel Metatron, Ashtar Command, Galactic Federation, Archangel Michael, Saint Germain. I think he did Saint Germain. I don't know if he did Saint Germain. And listen to that channel if you want to hear some mind-blowing truths, what's happening with like Facebook, soul swap, what beings are actually human or not, stuff like that. Because this saying, not everybody on this earth is is human. Or what I mean by that is human soul. Because some of the elites, what they do a ritual and they do a soul swap where they have a reptilian soul. Since they can no longer physically come on the planet, what they did was they soul swap with the person. So even who you're talking about? Oh, I'm talking about Sam the Illusionist. Yeah, Sam the Illusionist. He's another channeler. He's been channeling since I believe 2020, and his blew up. He got like 200,000 subscribers. His channel's definitely legit. He's from India. Yeah, Sam the Illusionist. He also does past live readings. I did not wear loose lipstick. My lips are dry as heck right now. They're really crusty. They're all cracked. It probably was supposed to be meant to be a joke, but I'm just gonna roll with it. Yeah, the exact name of the channel is called Sam the Illusionist. Like illusion. It's just one word. Sam the Illusionist. Thank you. I never had that said before. I appreciate it. Why you keep going? Well, because our phones are actually multi-dimensional portals. Now you're like, what? Is that what did you just say? It's a multi-dimensional portal, and if we're able to feel the energy, it's because there's no such thing as distance, because everything's happening here and now. So you can feel the energy immediately. Phone's a portal. Like if you're very sensitive enough, you will feel this on your crown chakra. It feel like something's moving across your face, moving across your head. It feels like something's moving, or some people don't even know it that they're feeling energy. They call it the tingles, but it's the same thing. It's just energy. It's the beginning stages of feeling energy. Cause the saying, like, that's how I kind of got into feeling energy, was through ASMR videos. Cause at first it was like, first you just see something, you're like, oh, it's just ASMR, and then you start feeling tingles, like, whoa, something's tingling across my brain. What is that? I'm feeling something. Then you start getting into more and more. Then you start feeling it more, and it start growing and growing. Like, oh shoot, I can feel this. That's it'd be like. Why you keep trying? Okay. And something like really crazy is, it's like I cannot feel how my own energy is sometimes. Like I can't feel if it's strong or not, because it's almost like when you get to a state, it just feels normal. So it literally feels like you're doing nothing. Like sometimes I don't feel anything. Like sometimes I don't feel anything, but to everybody else, it's like they feel something. And that's when you have to really trust that trust that you're actually doing something, because in my mind sometimes in the back of my head is like, bro, you're not doing anything. So just trust. I really like how alt ASMR, she's like really good with it, with doing the Reiki healing. She'd be like, but she gets into that a whole different state. She's off like full body. She's more in her divine feminine. I think if I were to be in more my divine feminine, I'll have more aspects as like spirit pawn. He's like really in his divine feminine and masculine. He's like a mixture of both, but you can really tell because he's more like in that. So he'd be like, and then healing and beyond, he'd be like, since I watch a lot of Reiki healers, and so I try to I try to learn from them. That is how I learn, just by watching other Reiki healers. Right now, it feels like I don't feel blocked, but I definitely feel like a little bit clogged up right now. So give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. Now we're gonna raise our vibration. crying is when you release. Crying is a form of releasing belief systems. Because I know sometimes when when you pull out a weight from the heart chakra, you can feel all this rush of emotion, like freedom. And some people do start crying when you release out the energy from the heart. I'm gonna take a screenshot so I can look that up later. Okay, I'm gonna go into like a quick meditation. Breathing sacred. It's more of Tai Chi than Kung Fu, Reiki. But Kung Fu could be a form of it. Kung Fu's energy is actually energy work. Right now I'm working on the sacral chakra. I'm gonna look her up after the stream. Took a screenshot. Third chakra, Manipura. Working on the solar plexus. Ooh, felt that one. You can see it, my hand is shaking, I could feel the energy working. Solar plexus. Feel the color yellow. Raise to the heart chakra. Clearing out the blockages in the heart chakra. I'm going to answer the question right after I finish removing. I'm currently listening to programs from Ernest Vader, but I cannot share them because I don't know if I'm allowed to. But I know I can listen to them and radiate them. Clearing the throat chakra. 2 more chakras. Just pulling up the third chakra. Feeling the color blue. Third eye, 6th chakra. Krishna. Seventh chakra. Okay, those are now done. Okay, now I can read. What is your favorite affirmation you're willing to share with us? Yes. Also, what's a name we can call you? Okay, your favorite affirmation. My favorite affirmation. Well, actually, my favorite. I have a set of favorite affirmations, but actually, my favorite affirmation is saying "I am light," because it truly released me from a lot of tough times. Whenever I'm having extreme anxiety, just those few words saying "I am light," but say it with like you feel the emotion from your heart. You feel that every time you say "I am," you acknowledge the God part of you, and you say light, and then you radiate. As you say "I am," the God part awakens, and you say light, and it goes. So if I say it out loud, I am light. You feel it radiate. I am light, and you can feel the chakra is immediately clear. As every time you say it, let's say it one more time. You say it 3 times. I am light, and it clears. Everything clears. It radiates. So a name that you can call me. Let's see. You can see your friend. My name is I'm trying to think of a name. I could use my gamer tag, but nah. Usually to say quantum, but this Roku, which means 6 in Japanese, which is my birthday. 6. I had a thought about Bashar. Why? By default, we have to trust his supposition. Maybe he can be that the humans. I don't. For me, it's about the vibration that he gives off. Like I can feel. I can feel like his vibration, like how I say, like um to, when it comes to that, it comes all based on off trust and like look at the outcomes. Like this is when you don't you can decide, don't look at the messenger, just look at the lessons, like listen to what is being said, and then use the discernment. So like a good way to test out at least one thing that he says, like one of the formula, at least like use the formula, um, follow your passions, follow your your excitement to the best you can, with zero expectations on the outcome and with no insistence. Because I know at first, listening to it, you'd be like, a lot of the movies that we had, what, oh, thank you. I like that name. Quantum Light or Light is good. A lot of the belief systems that we had, and what the government, they did this on purpose. They made movies about aliens attacking us and killing us and doing all this other crazy stuff to us. And they did that on purpose because they already knew that all the other civilizations on the universe, they're based off unconditional love. They cannot become a civilization that travels all around. Like the majority of the civilizations are on positive nature. And he explains like where this societies come from. They're hybrids of the Greys and humans. I believe they're the third generation or third generation of the hybrids. Well, he said, saying that very soon we will have encountered visitors from civilization. Well, it depends on. It's not going to be a mass. They visit you first in your dream world, in the dream state. Then, little by little, you start to remember. Because their vibration is so high, that if people get too close, you get really scared. Like if being it really close, and like I tell you what it feels like. So if you have a belief system that someone's attacking you, right, and they get really close to you, it's like your whole body just going through like fear, fight, or flight mode, and like you get paralyzed, and then they move away. So, and that's how you test it. Because I'm pretty sure I got tested, and then I probably failed a little bit, so I'm gonna have to wait. But I know that high dimensional beings are really. As I looked at the clock, it says 8:44 on the clock. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I failed the last time because I got really close, and then I messed up. I'm pretty sure I freaked out. So that's how you can tell. Like they'll test you, because since I sleep in the woods, and they can come really close to the tent. Like they didn't come in the tent, but they got really close. And when they get close, everything changes. Like everything starts shit. Like every cell in your body starts vibrating, and it's almost like you become them. Like you become them, in a sense. Like you can't tell the difference from yourself. So it's pretty intense. So they mostly visit you in your dream state. So like in a dream state, you can look up in the sky, and you see a ship just casually sitting in the middle of the sky, and you be like, you become aware in a dream. You start talking to everybody. You like, bro, do you see that? And the other people's like, see what? And I'm like, what? Yes. That we gotta raise our vibration so we can be able to touch, like feel them physically. Because I know they said something about when they first come on Earth, they're gonna be like translucent. It's because in their dimension, they're physical, just like we are. They're physical, but they're on a different wavelength of light. They're a different wavelength. I can really use like a video game analogy. So, you know how people like on playing like on like a standard video game, like one of the newer video games, someone could be running at 200 FPS on the game, and so to us they look like if you ever look at like on like a game called Apex Legends, and you type in a gameplay 200 FPS, you see how smooth it's moving. Like they're moving so smoothly, but you look at a person who's running on 30 FPS, they're moving, they're glitching, they're twitching, they're moving all stiff. That's the analogy I use for people that I see. As we raise our vibration, we start to move like very fast because higher FPS mean we move smoother. But lower FPS, we're anxiety, we're moving stiff. So with the society beings, they're moving at such a high frame rate that when their frame rate interacts with our frame rate, it starts to strip ours, because we're moving at a slower frame rate, and since they're moving at such a high fast vibration, they can literally tear our consciousness apart. we literally go crazy because all of our belief systems will get pulled to our face, and we will be unable to run away from them. Like, you know how I said people try to throw their energy at other people? That wouldn't work, because the second they try to do it, it'll immediately be reflected back onto them, full force, 333,000 hertz, that fast, and they'll go into psychic shock and go run away. So the first contacts is usually in dream state, like in the astral, and then if you're able to raise your vibration high enough, then you'll be able to see them. But they definitely will not land. They won't mass land right now at first. That's why he said the first contact will be with a select few people who have their vibration and their belief systems at the right frequency that matches their frequency. So when they start releasing fears and doubts within their self and cleansing the consciousness, then they'll start showing themselves. Because, you know, a lot of people around this day, as Bashar said, humanity is insane asylum with guns. Because they say any being that find pleasure in like killing other beings, they're insane. The most of the people on Earth who's like in war, who do war and fighting and stuff, they're insane. Because it's insanity to kill another living being, like intentionally, not in the survival sense, but killing just to kill. Like in the survival sense, killing another being for survival, for food, that is part of the natural order. But killing another being just to kill because the other being's in fear, that's insanity. And we're as we become more sane, then we'll be able to see more clearly. We're becoming sane instead of insane. I was paralyzed with fear even though I knew they went bad. Yeah, it's usually just a belief system. It's the fear of our own selves. We see our own consciousness. That's what happened. The fear is not really them. What happened is, just how I said, the crystal skull, they reflect any emotion. So any emotions that we reflect, the fear is not, we're not scared of them. The fear is the emotions that we're holding within ourselves, within our own consciousness. That is exactly why whenever you hear in the Bible, when they said an angel appeared, they say, fear not. That's the first thing they say is fear not. Because they know that they're going to immediately get scared. Once you start releasing fear of the unknown, because a lot of people, they think aliens are going to come and to conquer and kill and take over the lands. And the reason why they fear that is because that's exactly what humans do. Humans go and kill each other and conquer and take over the lands and torture each other. So they think extraterrestrials is going to do the same thing to them. But they're not. Humans are already doing that for themselves. And that's exactly why the extraterrestrials haven't landed on Earth, or they keep themselves concealed, because humans, they immediately try to kill them and try to dissect them instead of like that is a human nature. That humans are trying to project their idea of what aliens do, what positive beings do. They think that they're like us when they're not. That is the human consciousness. They already evolved from that state. They already went through that. They already went through the warring state, fighting each other. Went through the galactic wars and already went through that. Even right now, they're protecting us. Ashtar Command, Galactic Federation, they're protecting us from so much stuff. Like they're the ones who actually are protecting us from the beings who want to invade Earth and destroy it and enslave us and stuff like that. So thanks to them, we're able to go through this process. And even behind our backs, like right now, they're going and they're arresting the beings who are pretending to be the leaders and stuff. Like all the elites and stuff, they get arrested and then they get replaced with like a doppelganger of light. So what they do is they go and they capture one of the leaders and they take him away, and then they replace him with an exact look-alike. But this one's like a shapeshifter of light, and then they arrest him and they take them away to like wherever universal court, universal law and stuff like that. It's all happening undercover. It's because right now it's the cleansing of the dark. All the darkness is being cleansed out, and that's the reason why you're able to see it. That's why we see so much crazy stuff happening. All this dark stuff that's happening is because it's the light. There's so much light coming to this earth right now that all the darkness is getting squeezed out, and it has nowhere to hide. So now it's just all out in the open, and they're getting picked away. All the dark beings getting picked away. They said there's literally so many ships in the sky, but since they're in a different dimension, they look invisible. But if they were to appear in the sky, there literally be no sunlight on the earth. That's how many ships are surrounding Earth from all over the universe, because it's basically they remove all the dark beings, and now they're waiting for us to wake up. But first, for us to wake up, we have to release all the negative beliefs. We have to stop killing each other and start unifying with each other. They're waiting for us to wake up. Because there's going to come a time when all the veils are going to drop and all the truth is going to come out. And some of us, we see it beforehand, and then we warn the others and try to guide them so they can be ready for when it actually drops down. When the truth drops, they won't go into psychic shock and go into fear. So all the other people who's be like, oh, this is not true, this is fake, and they're not preparing themselves. But the ones who's like actually studying and getting themselves ready and matching the vibration of unconditional love, they're going to be the ones who's going to be ready for when all the truth comes. They won't be shaken. They won't go into fear, because you know that the government is going to try to do false flags. They're going to try to make artificial alien attacks, artificial explosions to make it look like we're getting invaded, to try to make us go into fear. Because just as I said, the dark always come. The dark comes before the light, so the dark hair can come. They do all the noise, but if you stay calm, don't become ungrounded, don't get washed in the waves of drama, then the light comes, gently comes. Because more open-minded, but as humans, Yep, and we're learning we're just learning to dissolve the programming little by little. We're on our way to it though. That's why I really advise, if you really want to like kickstart your soul growth, listen to the Christ letters and study them. Like if there's one thing to do right now that I say over anything else, is to study the Christ letters. Um, and the more you listen to them, the greater the understanding. It's something to be studied nonstop. And I know even though this is a message for myself too, that even I need to start studying them more, because I've been on and off. But I know like it's going to be a key part to my ascension is to study the Christ letters. They're on YouTube. You can find this. She channeled them through automatic writing, and yeah, you can just feel the vibration of the words. It's almost time for me to end this, because I need to have enough battery for the train, because it's gonna be a while. For some reason, there's no outlets out here. I can't plug my phone in, so I'm gonna have to use the train electricity. I want to say it was really, really, really fun speaking with all of you guys. It gave me something to do, so I wouldn't be sitting out here by myself. What is your Venmo? I have it in my description as donations. I believe my Venmo is Quantum Light 505. My PayPal is Quantum Light 505. Yes, I'm really considering. Oh shoot, the mosquito! Sorry, mosquito. I just squished you. I'm considering going into doing private sessions. I'm just researching the legalities of it, because I know if it's a private business, you have to do taxes and stuff like that, and I know I got to set up the Zoom, but that is in the works, because I know the energy would be a lot more stronger if I did private sessions with everybody, because I will not be feeling multiple energy at the same time. We'll just be just one person at a time. But that is in the making. And since I wanted to hit 2 hours, I'm going to stay extra 10 minutes just because. I'm glad that your vibration, we are vibrational matches, all of us who joined us. That's why I said earlier, quality viewers over quantity. Help assisting the other pillars of lights, the 10 pillars of lights that is watching right now, and all those who is watching in the future. I really like how I'm able to just hop on and do Reiki anywhere I'm at. I can do this in a public area where people was watching. I can do this in the bathroom. I can do this in the woods. I can do this at work. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I have both of my hands. I have my energy. Yeah, I'm thinking of that song now, um, by from Mulan, but it was sung by Jonathan Young. So see the dun 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 dun. It calls me. No one knows how far it goes. I don't know the rest of the song. Like I always forget the lyrics to the music that I'll be trying to sing. I actually need to like always be making up my own words in the song when I'm singing it, and I listen to the song. It's not even close to it. You look like mom. I have no idea when this train is going to get here. It's delayed because the freight train, so they had to completely change my whole entire schedule. So very interesting. I just really wish this train stop had any electrical output. If it had any ports, I could literally go 5 hours on the street. I got no ports. Really need to stop stalling. What the heck? I just seen something move off the side of my eye. Sometimes I see energy or people. It look like people is walking by my peripheral vision, and then I look and there's nobody there. I swear I seen something. I literally felt someone walk by. Okay. Looking into the other dimensions. It's like, come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. I wish that was like my intro. That movie was so fun to watch at the movie theaters. There's the ups and downs going to the movie theaters and being able to feel every last person in emotion in the movie theater. If you do not judge any emotion as negative and you go to the movie theaters, you can literally feel everybody's emotions rise and go up when the characters, like when the character goes sad, you feel the whole entire audience is sad and happy and sad. You can feel the emotions going up and down. It's a whole roller coaster. Just thinking about it. Guardian angels. Indeed. Guardian angels. The moon is shining. The air is still. I'm filled with joy right now. I say this affirmation: there's absolutely nothing that can make me happier than I am right now. I am at peace with my being, and I'm in love with my soul. I'm capable of balancing my surroundings. I am a balanced body. I am a balanced, open heart chakra. I am a free spirit. I am light. I am light. I am the light. I am connected to Source Creator at all times. I am one with the mind of God at all times. Let me slow down. I ask assistance of Archangel Michael, clearing my throat chakra so I may speak more clearly. Thank you for removing that veil. It's always exciting towards every time I'm about to end the video. That's when it's at the beginning and the ending of the video. So when most of the energy, like that tense energy, start to like project onto me. Whenever the video is about to end or get close to the end, is when all the tense energy projections start to happen. And the reason why all the energy comes is because it's almost like the negative energy. They want me to lower my vibration towards the end of the video. So when whoever's watching the video, when it ends, their vibration goes low. And then they can spiral down lower and lower. But that is not going to happen. Because our vibration is going to be raised to the top. It's going to be raised, uplifted. That's as, what's his name? He's like breathing in that good ass prana. Raising the vibration. He's like, just like that, raising my vibration. Thank you for joining me today. I know I just stole that from what's his name? I can't remember his name right now, but I remember his energy. May your day be filled with light. Namaste. That was fun.